Mary meet Scorpio. Scorpio sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. This is a 2-week reading for all you Scorpios for starting today, the 21st of May, 2023. We're streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Moderating today on YouTube is the lovely Brandy, and moderating on Twitch is the lovely Deline. Thank you so much, moderators. And are we streaming? I can't tell if we're streaming or not. Well, we're going to assume we are. Thank you so much, moderators, and thank you to everybody, Scorpios. I can't tell. Are we live? Oh, yeah, we are. Okay. Thank you, Scorpios and friends of Scorpios, for joining us today. I've already purified with this beautiful lavender by Provence Santé. Today's deck is this RWSX TDM. That's a mouthful, but it's a nice deck. It's a hybrid between the Rider-Waite-Smith and the Marseille deck. You can find links to purchase both of these products in the video description of this very video on my YouTube channel. And also, yeah, that's exactly where. Like I said, this is a 2-week reading for all you Scorpios, sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. Starting today, the 21st of May, 2023. Oh, I forgot to tell you, if you're watching this on YouTube on a restream, you can use the little timestamps to fast forward through all the shuffling if you want to just go right to the reading. Anyway, so it goes out to a lot of Scorpios, so if for some reason it doesn't seem to apply to you personally, just disregard it, because it's probably not meant for you. It never pays to try to force things, you know? In that case, check out the zodiacal readings for your other signs, or also remember that we have a general reading for all signs each and every day except for Monday. You can find the most recent replays very easily on my website at ariels-corner.com, Ariel's Corner with a hyphen.com. I don't read with card reversals, so that's why you'll see me flipping cards right side up. It's just how I like to read. All is well, I promise. We have a shop, and that's at arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com. All the different decks that I read with that are still in print are listed there. It's an affiliate store, which means that we make a small commission off of each and every sale. We do appreciate your support, but mostly all I care about today, right now, Scorpio, is that you're here with me for this 2-week reading, and I'm going to do my very best to give you the most accurate reading I can. So to that end, let me just give this deck a nice clean cut and see what's in the cards for all you gorgeous, amazing, beautiful, and absolutely fabulous Scorpios. We've got the Pope card, we've got the 3 of Wands, and we've got the 4 of Coins. The Pope is something that you're coming out of, and it seems like many of you have had to deal with authority figures or people in power, organizations maybe, where you felt maybe almost powerless against them, where they seem more powerful than you. You're coming out of that, but you want to remember that there is nothing more powerful than you. It just seems that way. Infinite intelligence is power, is all power. And infinite intelligence is your source. And there's an old saying that if God is for us, no one can be against us. And that's exactly the truth for you. So I want you to recognize that and remember it. If you're feeling powerless, there's a meditation that is based on this Pope card that I have that you can listen to, and it's called Overcoming Feelings of Powerlessness. And you can listen to that if you feel like that would be a support for you. Looks like like I said, you're moving out of that though, and into this time of manifestation. And for many of you, it's manifestation within your work. So that for some of you, it's a new job or a promotion or something in your work that's actually starting to come into being that's been important to you for a long time. And for others, it's maybe a business or whatever your work in the world is. For creative people, maybe you're finally able to produce in the way that you've been wanting. Whatever it is, it's a very positive period of manifestation. And 3s are Saturn, so it's long term. And it also says that it may have been long in the coming, long in the making. So when you start seeing, the other thing too about this is you see these little leaves on here. Those are just the promise of what's yet to come. So when you get a 3 of Wands and things start to, show up for you, especially in your work, don't take that as the manifestation. That's the promise of manifestation. So like somebody that's lost at sea or whatever, and they start seeing maybe branches or signs of land. They know that's not the land, but they know that the land is coming. And the same thing with a lot of these manifestations. You don't want to mistake them for the manifestation necessarily, because it's probably a lot more where that came from. And it's not a fast moving card, but it is substantial and it's long lasting. So much that you've been working so hard for is on its way, and you're already starting to see signs of it. But don't get disappointed and say, oh, is that all? No, that's not all. There's a lot more where that came from. Now, 4 of coins is, we had this in the general reading, is saying that it's time for you to get really busy. It's time for you to get really, really busy in the physical world and get things in order. You need to clean up and organize. And I don't want you to get obsessive about it, but get close to being obsessive about it. Get as close as you can and still let it be healthy, okay? Because if you can, the more you can do this, you're on this, you want to catch this trend that's happening right now. The more you can do this, the more you can catch the trend of expanding your good, expanding your wealth potential, expanding the capacity for these manifestations to take form, right? And so organize your money, get your budgets in order, your taxes in order, your bookkeeping in order, organize your home, organize your office, your closets, everything you possibly can. Have a good spring clean on every level of your life. You've got 2 whole weeks that you can do this. So do your very best. Again, don't be so obsessive that you harm your nervous system, but do look at it as an opportunity to expand your good. You want to take advantage. This is the season for you to really see some expansion of your good, and you want to optimize that. And one way you can do that is by cleaning, organizing, and getting things in order. Order is heaven's first law. Tower card, that's something else that's happened. 5 of Swords is kind of what you're dealing with, and then 8 of Coins is where you're going. Okay, so that when you have that, well, let's do the Tower first. So it's all coming from this authority figure, or these people that you think are more powerful than you, person more than powerful, organization, something. It seems like things kind of, for many of you, maybe exploded, and it looked like maybe some destruction, and wasn't really the most fun that you've ever had. And now it seems like you're living under this pall of cruelty or bullying or something like that. There's you really feel like you're still being controlled. And some of you, maybe you're the cruel person that's kind of reacting to what happened. But for most of you, I don't think so. For most of you, I really feel like you're living under this sort of like this fear of now what? Now what's happening? It just seems like the universe is a hostile place for me, and it doesn't seem like there's anything about my life that I can trust, and that's a horrible place to be. And it's really going to make it so that it's hard for you to see the manifestations that are happening and see the expansion that's happening and understand that you're actually on a really prosperous, profitable, healthy track because of what, for many of you, what's already transpired. I want you to look at, first of all, using that meditation to get a better idea of what the authority figure is. But there's another meditation that might really be helpful to you, and it's the one based on the Tower card. And it's called letting go of what is worn out. If you can start with that, it's going to make this cleanup a lot easier for you. And part of what you need to be able to do is recognize that no matter what is going on in your world, your manifestations, your success, and your prosperity aren't contingent upon you being bullied or you bullying. They are not contingent upon any kind of cruelty. You don't have to withstand cruelty, and nor do you have to give it back. You don't have to be involved in any of that. And so this Tower card, what looked like for many of you was happening to you, that energy is still available to you to use to let go of these things which seem to be the antagonist for you. So when you do that, and that's why I like the idea of maybe if you have time using that tower meditation, because if you can allow that yourself to like sort of turn the tables on whatever this was, and allow that feeling of destruction, even attack, to come back on the attacker, what happens is it's not so much that you get your revenge, it's that you don't have to deal with it anymore. They have to deal with it themselves. Now, there is a lot of people misunderstand the line that is attributed to Jesus in the New Testament, which is turn the other cheek. They think that means, oh, if you're abusing me, then here, may I please have some more. It's actually an occult law that figure was trying to demonstrate, and that's the law of reversal. It's like a ninja thing. If you pull yourself, the turning the other cheek means if you pull yourself out of the attack and you prove to that person that they can't hurt you, their attack has nowhere to go except for back on them. That means you don't react to it. You don't respond to it. You just smile and go, here, let me turn my other cheek. And when you do that, it's like, ow, it just comes right back on them. So it's a ninja move. It's you pulling yourself out of the situation so it boomerangs back on them. And again, it's not that you're doing that so that you can attack them back. It's not vengeance. It's return to sender. It's not for you. It's for them. And then they'll learn their lesson or not. And that's not up to you. But then you get rid of all of this cruelty energy and you're free to go about your business. Now, before I start to get too long-winded, and I think I've already, I think that train's left the station, this 8 of coins is all about you being extremely cautious. Well, no, cautious is the wrong word. Extremely mindful is the right word of your attitude. Going forward. Because as this expansion starts to happen, and this is where you're headed over these next couple of weeks, as this expansion starts to happen, it's going to follow the dictates of your attitude. And that's how much you're in charge of things. These manifestations are going to happen no matter what, but you want those things to happen in a way that is not only expedient and expansive, but also is optimized for your highest prosperity and happiness. And the only way to do that is to really dig your heels in and say, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be grateful. I'm going to insist upon that from myself, that I have gratitude, that I have happiness, that I have joy, and that I'm 100% in control of my attitude. And nobody has the power over my attitude, and I'm going to keep it going. And you're going to notice that really steers the ship and also makes that ship go faster and faster towards your goal. And that expansion that happens is exponential based on the attitude that you are holding. Not only that, but that whole reversal spell that we were talking about, that gives it even more power. Because if your attitude is high and you smile and you feel grateful for everything in your life, that just anything that anybody's throwing your way, it has no home. And if it has no home, that boomerang has to go back. The only way it doesn't go back is if it hits its target. It can't hit its target because you're like see-through. You step out of the way. So that's what that whole thing about turning the other cheek is. It's not about asking for more abuse. It's about proving to the attacker that you can't hurt me. Your bullets go right straight through me. I'm titanium, as Sia said. Okay? So you're going to do great. And this is a really, really powerful 2 weeks for you, Scorpio, to have expansion, manifestation, prosperity. Order is heaven's first law. Allow yourself to let go of any attachment to whatever's been going on in the past and let them have that back on their own. It has nothing to do with you. You're doing great. And I'll be back in 2 weeks for another reading for you. Thank you so much to the amazing moderators. Today we had Brandy and Deline. Thank you, Brandy and Deline, and we'll see you in 2 weeks, Scorpio. Much love and many, many blessings.